What's up, y'all? It is currently about 6 in the morning here in Cape Town. Sun is about to rise. Y'all can see people waking up. Sky getting a little blue. Sun gonna rise. We're gonna catch sunrise. I want to make some videos while we're here, taking a beautiful scenery. Talk to y'all, give y'all some motivation, give y'all some inspiration, some games, some everything. So hope y'all do enjoy. I'm gonna catch y'all. All right, what's up, y'all? Ignore this bird noise, but what's poppin'? Welcome to another video, and today I want to talk to y'all about what's been on my mind recently. Yo, they was not making no type of noise until I pressed record. That's funny, but something has been on my mind recently, and it's about the blessing that a mistake is. Mistakes teach you things that success and winning can't do. And I think that, oftentimes when we do experience mistakes, we take losses, we mess up on things, we always are so down and we're always in our own head about it. But in reality, this is the best thing that life has to offer: the ability to take mistakes, the ability or make mistakes, take losses, and just to learn and see how we can grow and elevate from these things is ultimately what makes us who we are. Because at the end of the day, there's not one successful person in this world. There's not one person that you may look up to that has never taken a loss and never made a mistake, that's never, questioned something within themselves. Like, yo, it is all okay and it's all positive. I think that, we always overlook this and we disregard it when in reality, this is the most important thing that we have, especially, I day trade, I am a student, I'm a brother, I'm a son, I'm a friend, I'm a everything. So I'm constantly putting myself under that microscope to where I'm always like, okay, what did I do wrong? How can I improve X, Y, and Z? And I'm always so harsh on myself, but I also feel like this is, it's a blessing. And I overlook that sometimes as well, not even saying everybody, myself included. Like, I make these same mistakes where I get upset with myself for being wrong or doing something the not right way, especially with trading, just trading, relationships, and everything. Like, there's always things that sometimes we may regret or wish that we could get back. But in reality, all of this stuff is a blessing to even be in the position to make the mistake. Like, all of this stuff is a blessing. All of this stuff is a beautiful thing. And in reality, if you do not do this, then you will never grow. I'm gonna start off talking about with trading. With trading, you need to lose money in order to make it. You look at trading losses like you're paying tuition to the market. Best analogy I can give you: you go to college for 4 years, you go to college for 10 years if you want. You're not making any real money within that span of the 4 to 10 years that you're in college. However, once you get out, once you graduate, once you extract all the lessons and extract all the experiences that college gave you, that is when you can go out, get your job, do whatever you want to do, make all the money in the world. But you cannot do this without paying your tuition, without, going through whatever college has to teach you, and you won't ever get that. It's the same thing with trading. People always want to get trading success within a month, 2 months, a year, a night. No, trading is a very long process, and do not be surprised if it takes you multiple years to find profitability. Do not be surprised if it takes you multiple years to find success within the market and consistency, because at the end of the day, it's all the same. We learn the same way. It's trial and error. That is the most beautiful way to learn, because you figure out what doesn't work, you move on from it. It's just checking off the boxes, and it's with trading we have to go through a lot. It's a very mentally taxing game, yes, but at the end of the day, every loss you take, you are one step closer to where you want to be at. If you're anywhere within your journey, a couple months in, a couple weeks in, a couple of years, and you still haven't found success, understand that you are closer to where you want to be at than where you started at. Trading is like a language. And I put it like this, when I first started trading, when I'm watching TikToks and watching YouTube videos, I'm hearing fair value gaps, I'm hearing standard deviation, I'm hearing draw, liquidity. All of these words to me sound like another language. And I'm like, yo, what are they talking about? And in reality, once you actually take the time to learn and establish a foundation for your brain, it all comes as second nature. Like, you can literally pick up on the language very, very fast. And I'm not saying you're going to be profitable fast, but the language itself of what trading is and the terminologies and the different vocabularies you have to learn, this is one of the main parts that discourage people. I talk to people that say they want to get into day trading. That's like their main thing. They're not focused on the losing. They're not focused on how long it's going to take. Now, obviously, some people are, but I'm just saying from my experiences, A lot of people are most discouraged by how confusing and complicated it sounds, but in reality, it is not that difficult. You just have to sit down and buckle in for like a month, 2 months, make some mistakes, learn from it, and that's ultimately how you are going to find your success. And this is even in life, beyond trading. It's like I said, like learning a language. Like you have to learn. It's going to take time. You have to put the work in. But eventually, it will become second nature, and you will know like the back of your hand. I can look at a chart now and tell you the exact direction. I can tell you what type of model it is, where to draw liquidity is. But I couldn't do that a couple years ago. So this is one of the main things you have to remind yourself. Like, yo, I'm going to learn it. The language that you speak right now, you weren't born knowing that language. You were born not being able to talk. So when you look about it and you think about that, it's gonna come. I can do it. It's not impossible. Other people do it. It is okay. Another thing too, like we get discouraged when we build trading accounts, when we lose capital, when we make these mistakes, when these are where we learn from them. In order to become a profitable trader, in order to become a successful trader, long-term, consistent, even outside of trading, you need to lose first. Whatever profession you're in, you need to lose first. You need to lose money to figure out, okay, I just lost money. I shouldn't do that anymore. I just lost money trying to trade on the 15-second time frame. Maybe I shouldn't trade the 15-second time frame. And now I've learned from that. I don't trade the 15-second time frame anymore. And in reality, that actually just made me more money because I'm not taking those losses that I would have if I would have continued to trade on the 15-second time frame. If I would have continued to not listen to that mistake that I made and that mistake that the market told me, the lesson that was in that, they don't trade the 15-second time frame. It's an example, but you get what I'm saying. The market may tell me, okay, you're trying to short when I'm overall externally bullish. Maybe you shouldn't do that. Just wait for a retracement, wait for a long setup to come. Be a little bit more patient, and you'll be way more successful. And this is you actually making money in the long run because you're saving yourself from the losses. This is the most important thing. And like I said, this is all stemming from initially taking those losses. That initial pain, that initial hurt that you feel, that's where this all stems from, man. We oftentimes, I'm sorry, I gotta take in this. It's beautiful outside. This is my first sunrise out here. This is my first full day, so this is my first time seeing it as well. And this is it's beautiful. But like I said, though, we learn from these losses. It's called growing pains for a reason. It hurts, but you are growing. You don't like it sometimes, but in the end, you are going to be stronger, better, smarter, probably richer, and everything else that you want to be. Whatever you're chasing, whatever you're looking to get after, or whatever you're trying to get out of this. That is what you'll get, but it's on the other side of losing. It's on the other side of struggle. It's on the other side of pain. It's on the other side of hurt. You have to understand that because if you don't, it's gonna break. Pressure makes diamonds. There's two things. There's diamonds and pipes. One of them pressure makes, the other one pressure breaks. I like to say this a lot because ask yourself: are you a diamond or are you a pipe? Is the pressure gonna break you? Or is the pressure gonna make you? Come on. And in the end, y'all know we all have big goals. We all have big aspirations. We all have these. Whatever we define success as, we all want it. That can be a car, a house, that can be retiring your family, that can be some clothes, that can be whatever. We all want it though. We all have the same goals, same aspirations. And then at the end of the day, it's gonna come, but you have to be willing and able to learn from these mistakes and learn from these lessons. Do not sit and dwell and be like, damn, why is it so hard? Why is this happening to me? Why can I not do this? You think anybody look up to never felt any type of way, ever question themselves? I question myself and a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. I always have these thoughts that we're human. It is okay. Like it's normal to have second guessing thoughts and it's normal to question yourself, but like don't let these thoughts derail you. Don't let these thoughts ever cause you to quit or cause you to stop. It is normal. All you have to do is keep pushing, ignore that, keep going. That's all it is, Nipsey Hussle said in the podcast, he's an artist that I like to listen to. He said, the only differentiating factor between him and anybody else is that he just didn't quit. He went through every roller coaster of emotion. He went through every time where he questioned himself on, damn, should I really be doing this? Is this really for me? Like, why is it not working? He went through all of that. The only difference is he did not quit. It was the same for everybody else that you see. He has a story that I really like where he was successful in one avenue, but he wanted to start making music. And in order for him to make music, he had to put that avenue on pause. So what he did was, he stopped this avenue, basically stopping all of his streams of income, sold his cars, jewelry, rims, everything that was worth of value, and he invested it all into studio equipment, and he went all in. Um, this at first obviously would be looked at as a loss because if I'm having a consistent stream of income, I'm doing well for myself. I got the cars, I got the jewelry, I got whatever. I'm putting all that on pause to pursue my true passion and pursue what I really want to do. That's scary. That is, at first, can be looked at as a loss, but in the end, I paid dividends later on. It all paid itself back. It all was worthwhile. And we, we always are scared of that. We're scared of that leap, I'll say. Matter of fact, I made that into a whole second video. Matter of fact, not think about it, because I could talk about that some more. I'm gonna end the video right here. I hope y'all did enjoy. I hope y'all could find some type of inspiration, some type of message in anything that I said. And if you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next one. Have a blessed day. Peace out.